hello. It's Monday, and ooh, gosh, do you want to see my bug bite? Can you see that thing? Ugh. I think it's like 4, all melding together, and it has itched horribly for the last 3 hours. Ah. So it's 10:45 and I already had a busy day. I went to the bank and was thankful that I had draft protection because I wasn't thinking last night when I paid my rent. And, oh, stop touching the itchy thing. Oh, it itches so badly. And, okay, think of other things. What did you do today? You went to the bank, and you went to the hoo-ha doctor, and we went to the dollar store and got a bunch of, I don't know, we got like $25 of ladles and, I don't know, shampoo and things. Oh gosh, that itches. I feel like okay, that's okay. Well, my comparison is that I feel like a cat with worms, or like a dog with worms, where they just kind of scooch their bums on the carpet trying to get the itchiness that way. I keep trying to not let myself realize that I'm like scraping my foot on the bed and against my book trying to get it to scratch it. Oh. This isn't fun at all. Okay, so, or relatively belated, or Murder on the Orient Express review. And because it's been a week since I read it, I'm going to have to rely on my notes more than I usually do. So this is actually the second Poirot book. I'm scratching myself again. This is the second Poirot book I've read. In 6th grade, we had to read The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. And I remember enjoying it, but all I remember now is who the killer was. And that's about it. Whenever I think of Poirot, I just don't think of him as a short guy with a mustache. I mean, I think of the mustache, but I just don't think of him as like a short guy. I don't know what that means. I think I've just seen so many, well, because people in the library, people order DVDs of like Poirot, or sometimes I'll just mentally associate him with Sherlock, who's not the short dude. So it's always weird reading. It's like, oh yeah, he is supposed to do that. He is supposed to be short. That was a nice change of pace for us to read a mystery. Because the last mystery I read I didn't do, really. I didn't care for, so I stopped. But, I don't know. It's fun, because I personally, when I was in 1st grade, I breezed through every single Hardy Boys book there was in existence. But I just don't read very many mysteries anymore, so that was a nice change of pace, too. Just to guess who done it while you're going through. As my notes went, I had this thought of, it's convenient and weird how nearly all of them were so close to that Armstrong case in the States. Wonder what that means. And I also, I thought it was weird because as they were going through and they're talking to all the people, you've got like the German people, you've got the American people, you've got all these, the English people. And they all would say these French phrases. And I just thought it was strange that of all the languages they could, I don't know, throw a phrase out here and there. I mean, anybody will do that. You'll tell somebody arrivederci, or, I don't know, in my manga club people will say arigato, or anything. Stop itching when they say thank you. Just, or, even you with your bless you gesundheit salutes. Everybody plays around with languages, but they all played around with French, no matter where they were from. I just thought that was kind of strange, I guess. It was easy to read. Like, I can see how Agatha's gonna last. She, or has lasted, even. Because her writing style, particularly, with older things, are just all wordy. And some people like that, others not so much. She's short, she's concise, she has her points, she makes them. Her sentences do what they need to do. She's just very, I don't know, businesslike, I guess. And I appreciated it. It just made it easy to read. She just wasn't very convoluted or anything. I had my heart set on Mrs. Hubbard for the longest time, let me tell you. I actually thought that Mrs. Hubbard was going to... I'm scratching again. Okay. I was worried I'd break one's skin, but that hasn't happened yet. I just worried. I thought, because she kept talking about how her daughter would say this and do that, so I kept thinking that she was the mom. Yeah, that's all I had to say about that. So I just kept thinking she was going to be the mom. Then after 2 people turned out to be related to the case, I started to think it was the whole, the entire car was behind, it was just a mass thing. I think it was a little too late for me to be proud of myself for figuring that out, because by the time I was like, oh yeah, well, Poirot probably knows already too. There were a handful of typos in there, but I don't know. It was a strange ending. I kind of liked the fact that he let them all get away with it. And I also liked how everybody was allowed to have their own, stab. Their own stab at him. I liked that. I thought it was, I don't know, fair, I guess. The next one, well, anyway, you can cover the next one we're reading, because you can cover the review tomorrow. So yes, that's that. Cheers!